Okay, we're on with YouTube. And I'm on memories, and I'm gonna style the video. So we're gonna call this Thursday morning, I guess. Thursday morning, November the 7th. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, and I'm going to share it to, I'm going to turn the sound off first on that. I'm going to share it to the internet, share it to Memories, Live Videos. Okay, we're supposed to have rain today and tomorrow. I'm going to put good morning, everyone. Okay, here we go. So yesterday we picked up, we bought 600 bikes from, or I'll say, let's restart it. We've ordered 600 bikes. We got the first 300 in yesterday at Academy out on Cherry Lane. Hold on. I hear my other phone ring-a-ding-dinging, but it's not from our lady, it's from one of my kids. Love you, Dad. Okay. So we got we picked up the first 300 and took them to our warehouse, and I posted pictures of the guys loading trailers, or of the trailers, and then of the 300 inside the warehouse. Thanks to the All Saints baseball team kids and TCU students. I don't know if they were the baseball students at TCU. I'm not sure. I'll have to get with Kyle. But anyway, so we've got 300 in the warehouse. And they told us, apparently Lindsay, our comptroller, said, I think Friday the other 300 is going to be in. So that puts us halfway up on our goal of 1,200. We'll have 600. There's, I'm going to say 50 here, so that's 650. We got Cops for Kids and Fort Worth Fire Department 50 each, so that's 750. The International Aerospace and Machinist Workers out at Lockheed always bring at least 100. That's 850. Quincy's folks usually come up with 75 or so. We'll just count it as 50. That's 900. So that leaves us 300 I need from y'all, or YouTube listeners, anybody that's listening to me. We need 300 more bikes, and we got 30 days to do it in. Now, we've got probably a couple of $1,000s over in the bank, which we're gonna amass 7,000 or 8,000. So we need about 5,000 to go buy 700 helmets from Amazon. And we've got helmets here, and other people will bring helmets. You got to give them a helmet with the bike, or we're defeating our purpose. There's Bobby Jones. Good morning. There's Ginger. Good morning. So, so the next, we're done buying bikes out of the kitty of Larry's kids. So we're depending on people that normally bring the bikes and don't give us money, and y'all, everybody else. We need to come up with 300, which we'll do. We've got 30 coming out of Canada, so that puts it at 270. Morning. Okay, so we're going to buy helmets next, and then if we can scrape up some more money, we're going to go to either Mattel or one of those discounted stores and buy toys. But I still need your help. It's the ones and twos and the people that bring 5 helmets and that's all they can do. People that donate $5, that's all they can do. We need the troops, y'all. We got 130,000 active members on this group, almost 131. And so we just need your help. So that's that. So the election is over, and I'm gonna continue to tell people it's over. Let's work together. Let's get united. We're not doing any good being divided, and this hatefulness, and it's still out there. Her acceptance, or her speech saying, that they didn't make it, she didn't say anything about unifying or any of that. So to me, I guess her feelings are hurt or whatever, but it ought to be about the country. So we can start a good example right here. I've got a lot of friends that are Democrats or independents or whatever. Don't let politics stop our relationships, because we are the United States. It's us. It's not the politicians. They're part of it, but they're up there to bring us together and to do what's best for the country. And I'm just going to say this: open borders is not the best for the country. And I'll give you a good example. If the government came to you and said, Bobby Jones, I know you got a couple extra bedrooms. We're going to bring over 3 asylum seekers. Your job's to feed them every day, try to help them get a job, give them money, spending money. Is Bobby Jones going to go for that? I don't think so. Well, that's what the government's doing to us, because these millions of people that come in, they are automatically on the welfare rolls. They have to be. How else are they going to live? So we need to come together. We want people to come in here, but not just wide open and coming from wherever, and we don't know who they are or where they are. No. So I think the American people said, we're done with that. And if the new administration continues that policy, they'll be out the next go around. So we cannot fix everything. The United States, we try to fix every country in the world, and it's us that's doing it. It's the people. So don't let politics get in the way. Come together. And if we preach that and we live that, we can be a beacon for other people in the country, in the city, in the state. Don't let hatred get in the way of what a great nation we are. Good morning. Missy's in. Good morning. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, Brittany, are you in yet? She's writing a question. What does she owe us now? Is it some toys or something? Where's my sheet from yesterday? I don't have it, so you'll have to find it. She's writing. Oh, there's Scott. Hello?
Hey, it's calling me back. What's up?
Yeah, well, I accidentally hit the off button, and then I got that fixed, and then I couldn't see. I hit something on where our sponsors and stuff, but I got it all back. We're good.
Oh, good.
So holler, keep me informed.
Okay, yeah, they're keeping me at least for 24 hours, but I'll keep you up to date.
Okay, buddy. Thank you. Get some rest.
Okay.
Scott is in the hospital, and I don't know what the problem is. Denise is in, but we're good. Brittany, I didn't ever see if you were in there. I think she owes us 6 toys. Anybody else remember? I've got my notes here somewhere. I say I do, I don't. Is she on the feed? Yes, I'm on the feed. I owe you 6 toys. Okay. Okay, so it's your 0 bikes, you owe us 6 toys and 0 helmets. Okay, what's your question today? And what's it for? She's already given us 21 bikes 10 helmets and 16 toys. So this is kind of a question and answer deal I have with her every year. James is in. She's still riding. Brittany, so she's riding. She owes us 6 helmets right now. 6 toys. Does that coincide with you? No problem. Scott's in the hospital, so everybody put Scott in your prayers. Yes, the question lady. She doesn't want her name mentioned. I know she lives a little bit outside of Cleveland. And Brittany, I think I've got her down at 6 toys. Okay. Here's my question for 2 bikes, okay? 2 bikes, 6 toys, and 0. That's if I answer it correctly. Do you know the history of the first brick home in Fort Worth? Yeah, sure I do. It was on the corner of 7th and Taylor. J.A. Slaughter, Slaughter, built it. He had Slaughter and Brinson. There's Doug Peacock. Slaughter and M.J. Brinson were partners. They were business people. They were in the construction business. So when J.A. Slaughter sold, after he built the first brick home at 7th and Taylor, and that was in 1855, he then sold it in 1857 to M.J. Brinson, his partner. And so Brinson kept it for 2 years, so that puts us at 1859. He then sold it to a gentleman named George Smith, who was a shoemaker. He was the first shoemaker in Fort Worth. Now we're talking about the first brick home in Fort Worth. It was on the corner of 7th and Taylor. That's kind of where 7th and Taylor. Is that where the bank is, or where the Star Telegram was? Anyway, he sold it to George Smith, who was a shoemaker. He kept it for from 59 to 62. Now we're in the Civil War. Right after the Civil War was over, nobody had any money. George Smith then sold it to J.C. Terrell, and J.C. Terrell and a guy named B.B. Belinger, Belinger, and Jacob Samuels, who Samuels Avenue, Pioneer Rest Cemetery. Those 3 guys were bachelors, and they owned it from 1865 till 1860. I'm trying to pull it up. 68. Okay, so those 3 guys got married and went on their separate ways. They sold the house to a guy named John Hirschfield, and that's Hirschfield. And John Hirschfield was he was a little bit of everything. He practiced law, but he didn't have a law degree. He was a good guy. He was part owner in several different merchant stores, and he died in 1869. And his ex-wife, his widow, remarried, and she became Mrs. Josephine Ryan. Now, the reason if Ryan, Mrs. Josephine Ryan, rings a bell with y'all know that I've always wanted to find the Santa Ana's wash basin bowl, which is made out of 1,000 Mexican silver dollars. I'll show you a picture of it. It's all you gotta do is go to memories and put wash basin bowl. Wash basin bowl. Okay, so there is Mrs. Josephine Ryan holding that wash basin bowl. That's what Santa Ana took with him when he was out in the battlefield. He took a spit bath with that bowl. That other picture is Mr. Amon Giles Carter Sr. and Josephine Ryan standing inside the log cabin that Cynthia Ann Parker was kidnapped in. Amon bought that log cabin, moved it to Shady Oaks Farm. It's now down at Log Cabin Village. That's the last we know about Santa Anna's wash basin bowl. Betsy Price thought she had it somewhere in San Antonio. I have no idea. I just like to, I'll drive to wherever just to see that thing. So she was the granddaughter of Ephraim Daggett. Ephraim Daggett was the commanding officer that Santa Anna surrendered to and signed over Texas. So anyway, we finished up. Well, let me finish up the YMCA, or the First Brick Home. So when John Hirschfield died, his widow remarried, and she was Mrs. Josephine Ryan. They had all of the social events in Fort Worth for about 4 years were held in that deal. When people got married, it was like a wedding venue. So in the 1890s, Mrs. Josephine Ryan, deeded it to the YMCA, gave it to him. So then the YMCA operated out of it for 4 years, and then they built their new home at 5th and Lamar. And then they tore down the original First Brick Home. Okay, so Mrs. Josephine Ryan, her grandfather was Ephraim Daggett. Daggett was the commanding officer that Santa Anna surrendered to. And when he surrendered, Daggett, who had been chasing him for years, took, if y'all saw the movie The Alamo, that hat with the feathers, he took that. He took his war jacket with the gold epaulets. He took that wash basin bowl. He took gold buttons that he had that he would switch out on his war jacket. Everything that he took from Santa Anna then ended up in Fort Worth. So when the first president of Texas, General Sam Houston, started negotiating with Mexico on different stuff, the president, or whatever, the ruler of Mexico, said, hey, y'all have embarrassed our leader, Santa Anna. You got to give all this stuff back, and then we'll start talking. So Sam Houston ordered Ephraim Daggett to give it back. Ephraim Daggett was no longer in the military, so he kind of said, tough. Houston rode a horse up here and said, where's the stuff? He gave back everything except the 2 gold epaulets and the wash basin bowl. So I don't know where either one of them are. If anybody knows, I'd just like to see them and take pictures of them. So I'm sure that answered your question, correct? Yeah. So she now owes us 2 bikes and 6 toys and no helmets. Okay, so that's how, there's Diane is in. I hadn't seen you in a month of Sundays. So that's how Santa Anna's wash basin bowl, that's how it started off here in Fort Worth, and then where it is now, it's not in a museum. I researched that. It's in somebody's home. A lot of people said the Bass family have it. They don't have it. Betsy Price tracked it down to Houston, I believe, but then they lost track of it. Good morning. So there's Charlie. So that's where we stand on that. It's kind of a neat story. So that first brick home, right? No, was she? Okay, so I'll square that with her. She's off the deal. I'll square that with her. So you're showing that. How did she owe us 13 toys? Because during the election we zeroed her out. I've got my notes here. I just have to go through them. There's Renee. Good morning. Okay, so yesterday we picked up the first 300 bikes for Larry's kids from Academy. We ordered 600 and they called us and we went and picked up the first 300. Why isn't that working? Hold on, let me check the connection here. Well, these connections on these phones and stuff, if you're not on them 100%, they don't want to, it's saying it's not charging. Still not charging. That one's working, so I guess this one's defunct. Okay. So we picked up, oh yeah, the street names. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So we picked up the first 300 bikes, and I'll show you a picture in our warehouse. There's the first 300, and we're going Friday, tomorrow, to pick up the second 300. So that's all of the bikes that Larry's kids is going to buy. The rest of them are coming from y'all. We're halfway there, and we need 600 more. Cops for Kids and the Fort Worth Fire Department are 50 each, so that's 700 bikes. International Aerospace and Machinist Union's always over 100, but we'll just count them at 100. That's 800 bikes. Quincy and other restaurants, they come up with about 100, so that's 900 bikes. Good. 2 bikes and 19 toys. Great. So we're 300 shy. Oh, and I got 50 in the museum at least. So we're 250 shy. So that's what I need, people that listen to my podcast. So money wise, we were at 46,000 and change. The bikes were 44,000 and change. So we've got basically $2,200 in the bank. I need $5,000 more dollars in the bank to get us at 7,000 and change. Our comptroller Lindsay found the helmets at Amazon. They made a deal. If we buy several hundred, we can buy them for $9.50. I hope she can get it to $9. So we need to buy 700 or 800 helmets. You can't put a kid in a bike and not have a helmet. Then money that we get, we're going to buy toys, either at Mattel. Now Mattel's open today. They're at 501 Meacham. Everything's half price. Now don't get alarmed when you go in there and you say, dang, this thing's $20. When you go to check out, it's half price. And if you're military, it's 60% off. So you can shop at Mattel, Ollie's, Ollies. There's one out there across from Westside Cafe. Where else? Walmart, Five and Below. What's the name of that big box store, Brittany? I never remember the name. There's several of them. It's called, help me out. Big Lots. Big Lots. So they also have good deals. Make your dollars stretch. Big Lots. Thank you, Doug and Brittany. Make those dollars stretch. We got 1,200 families we're taking care of. The poverty rate is nationally about 12%. We're at about 10.5%, so 2 point something million. We got about 230,000 families that are below poverty level. So that's what 1,200 families is not even a drop in the bucket. But we're doing our part. The giveaway is December 14th, Farrington Field. If you would like to volunteer to help give the stuff away, and I need 100 volunteers at least, you need to be there by 6 a.m. Once you get in that back parking lot by Billingsley Fieldhouse, we'll direct you where to park. And so as soon as y'all get out of the car, and we'll have volunteer captains. It's really real simple. We'll have two lines coming up, and people say, well, what do I do? Well, when we open the gates and all you see is cars, you get it real quick. So giving away 1,200, we should be done around 11 or 11:30 or 12 without it, if we don't have any hiccups. This is the 38th year I've done this. This year with 1,200 bikes, I'll go over 19,000. I'm at 18,440. So 1,200 puts us over 19,000 bikes and helmets and toys. The biggest year I've ever had up until before this one, 1989, I gave away 840 bikes. No internet, no Fort Worth Memories Facebook page. My detail shop customers and all of the car dealers. Those guys were superstars. David and Bill McDavid, Jack Williams, Charlie Hillard, Doug Shaw, Jimmy Worthy, Bill McKay, all of them. They all stepped up. And that was when I was next to the Firestone downtown. I was there for 25 years. Okay, so the museum needs donations. We don't ever get donations, and it's tough right now. It's tough. We got a lot of bills and no money. So if you can help us out with a donation for the museum, we certainly need it. I try to provide everybody with history and what's going on in our area, and I love it, but I just need help. Detail business isn't what it used to be, and the rent here is $5,000 a month. And like right now, it's hard to show. We charge $10 for a donation. For a tour. Well, you can't tour it because there's toys and helmets and bikes everywhere. We just have little bitty lanes we can walk through. And it'll be that way until December 13th, when our All Saints kids and TCU baseball kids help start moving everything. They'll start this year on Friday about 3 or 4 in the afternoon and move 1,200 bikes and then toys and helmets to Farrington Field. And Fort Worth PD will be there to watch over it. Fort Worth ISD is always, this will be our 3rd year there. We've had this giveaway right here on West 7th, on West 5th when I was over there. We've had it all kinds of places. And in fact, if I was thinking coming in, if you'll give a $100 donation to the museum, you get to come see the museum whenever, no charge. Only for the person that, if you give 200, then 2 people can come at no charge. Forever. What else? Again, I want to say I'm going to start and finish every live in the morning. We need to come together as human beings, the United States of America, that's us. Put the politics aside. Everybody's still arguing, oh, he's this, she's that. We got a lot of work to do. We're in a lot of trouble. So we need to come together. I've got a lot of y'all are my friends. You believe in the Democratic way, or you're Democrats or whatever. I identify with everybody. I'm independent. There's things that this administration right now has done that I like. But open border, I cannot go that. you're instantly everybody you bring in, and it's millions, I don't know how many, they're instantly on welfare. We can't support that. Our leaders don't have to worry about that because it's not them that's ponying up the money. They're part of it, but the rest of it is the 350 million or however many adults, working adults, out of that. That's just, we want people in here, but you got to have some kind of system. You don't just open the floodgate up. And, you know, another thing I don't go for, and I'm not trying to be not human, why are we always we fix everybody? This country's going broke. This country needs weapons. I mean, Jesus Christ. So you got a couple of 100 million Americans that's supporting people all over the world. And that's a drain on us. So please, let's get along. We're all Americans. There's David Sawyer. Connie's in. So the bike giveaway is December 14th, Farrington Field, 6 a.m., 6:30 in the morning. What else? Oh, I'm going to do on my Gangsters in Cowtown tomorrow on YouTube only. It's on the YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about when one of Public Enemy #1, John Dillinger, was in Fort Worth in 1934. And so I'm going to talk about it. In fact, I've got a picture of it. If you want a one-of-a-kind picture that when he was here. What time what? Gangsters tomorrow, Gangsters in Cowtown, 8 a.m. So, the Cowboys, Guess the Score is up and running. It's on our FortWorthMemories.com website. You can also, another way you can help out the museum, buy t-shirts, caps, whatever. Every little bit helps, and I'm telling you, we need it desperately. I don't even, oh, we're playing Philadelphia. Oh my gosh, that'll be a disaster. I had some people jump on me and said, why do you say it's good that Dak's out for maybe the rest of the year? We might win some. Because he gets paid way too much money. You're not supposed to have bad days. So I've never been a Dak guy. Those guys get paid millions. He makes over $1 million a game. Make close to $2 million a game. I think Dub Peacock put it on there. Hell, he makes $100,000 in a quarter, 15 minutes. And to not produce, no. All right, guess the score. And there's already half a dozen people. So I'm going to put my entry. That Cooper Rush, he'll probably score 3 touchdowns, so I'm going to put 21 for the Cowdogs. I think the Eagles will beat the heck out of them. 28 for the Eagles. This season's over for the Cowboys. I feel sorry for Jerry. He pays all these idiots all this money, and they don't perform. None of them. I'd fire sale the whole team. Start over again. He makes $882,000 a quarter. That's every 15 minutes. Almost $1 million. My God. And I do work for the Cowboys, and I deal with Steven, and I've told him on every year, can y'all help on our bike drive? Send them pictures from the year before drive. Oh yeah, Larry. They're a liar. They don't ever help. I don't know who all else they do help, but they don't help Larry's kids. And faith-based churches, I don't understand why they don't help. Everybody says, well, they have their own giveaway. Well, anyway. It's going to start raining here in short order. Help us out with a donation for the museum. Desperate need. Okay, let me go through the sponsors. Now you only see this right now on YouTube, but as soon as Scott went in the ER last night, so on his calendar of stuff to do in the next few days, he's going to make it where I can put up the sponsor list on Memories also. So we're starting off with Dub because he's on our group right now. So for the people on YouTube, you can see A-Bird, AC, and Heating. So cooler weather's coming. You need to get your unit checked out. Call them and they'll send somebody out. Burt Ladner Real Estate. Wes Williams works out of that group. Coburn's Catering, Steve Coburn. The restaurant, they had a restaurant, a cafeteria, but it's gone, but they still cater. We need to take him off. He's no longer a sponsor. Dickey Carr Sand and Gravel. That's Pat and Richard Carr. Express Dent, Dick Regester and Eric. So if you got Haldings or whatever, Express Dent. Fort Worth High Tech Signs. You need any kind of signage. Fort Worth Lumber. Cross Electric is our electrician. Hart Painting, David Hart. You need paint work done, they are the folks to use. Jenny Stewart is our Allstate insurance lady. K Ranch Roofing. They check your roof or minor. They do remodeling and stuff. Rex Benson Company, Old South Pancake House. They've been a member forever. That is no longer. Optimus Club of Fort Worth. Every year, and in a few weeks, they're going to bring us a Christmas tree. They sell trees over also at Farrington Field on the front side. Passport Getaways. That is our travel people. They hook you up with all kinds of stuff if you're going on a trip. So I guess, is that it? No. I need a tree service. Railhead Barbecue, Charlie Guerin. We eat there a lot too. Rains Plumbing, they are our plumbers. The next sponsor is Rex Benson, another company. Rex's Bar and Grill. He's going in, you can tell if you drive down University to look in that parking lot where Old South is. Macaroni Grill used to be there. That's now Rex's Bar and Grill, and it's going to open in just a few days. Schwartz and Hanson Architects. Techstar Pools. They build you a pool, remodel your pool, do the stuff on the outside around the perimeter of the pool. Clay Winstead. Winstead Paint and Body. Clay's been our sponsor for years and also a big contributor to the bike deal. What else? Guess the Score is up. Prayer. I posted one at 4 a.m. Can't Sleep Club, Bike Drive Flyer. Life is a combination of memories. Thank you for being part of mine, Larry O'Neill. And I'm writing a book, and the name of it is Memories. And people over the years, I've been detailing 48 years, they've said, gosh, are you going to put stuff you know about? No. Nobody's going to get hammered or anything. Cook's Children's Safe Kids are going to be at the giveaway. The Silver Sisters are going to be at the giveaway. Civic Leaders, we're going to have Betsy and Maddie for sure, and I think Mike Moncrief for sure. And we're going to try to get Mayor Barr. Greater Fort Worth Area Community Charities Inc. is raising stuff for us. We've got 3 HOAs. The HOA out at the landing on Eagle Mountain is raising stuff for us. I'm a Fort Worth native, but don't live there anymore. But his cousin's barbecue still around. Yeah, Cousins is around. Thank you, Ginger. Ginger already brought decorations for our tree, so she's our official tree decorator. Now, in the past, we've never put up lights, and I don't want to put up lights because I can't afford a fire in this museum. So they bring us a nice tree. I mean, last year's tree, Ginger and I was looking at, it had to cost, they sell them over at Farrington, probably $150, $200. They really bring us a nice tree. Okay, so I've got a lot of toys and helmets in here, but I need more. Sherry Watkins is watching. Texas, good. All of you out of state or out of city or out of country, we need those your stuff put on those trucks to get here. Those 30 bikes out of Canada that the truck got hijacked, but now they're about a week, 2 days away. Friday. Either Friday or Monday they're going to be here. The police chief up there from the Royal Mounted Patrol or something like that, whatever, the cops up in Canada in Ottawa called me and said, hey, we apologize. Because I asked them, that group up there, it's our members, they have a little group, there's about 25 of them, but they identify with Fort Worth. They live in Canada through Fort Worth Memories. And so I called them and I said, hey, I'm not saying y'all didn't send them, but we don't have your bikes. So they found out that somebody hijacked that truck, and so I'm not sure who repaid, but somehow they rebought bikes and they're going to get their money from the trucking company. But the guy from the Royal Mounted Police or something like that, he called me, and I've got his name and number, and he said, he sent me a text Monday. He said they'll either be there Friday or Monday, and I'll follow up to make sure they got there. Our question lady from Cleveland, we love her. She asks a lot of questions. She's very well versed too. I've talked to her at length about different things that happened 100 years ago here, and she's as good as I am. Have I mended the fence with the Tarrant Historical Society? I mean, I never really had a problem. They acted like my history wasn't what their history is. And I challenged them then, hey, y'all can bring everybody on the board over here and we'll just do a debate and let the people decide who knows history and who doesn't. And you can't bring no cheat sheets or books or teleprompters. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Today's another day. You know, Tuesday we got in a check for $3,750, $3,750. That's 50 bikes. And we got in $1,000 from West Williams and $1,000 from a horse HCA, some horse outfit, for $1,000. So the kids got $5,750. But we need money. We need bikes, helmets, toys. You don't want to go buy it, give us money and we'll go buy it. It's all about the kids. It's gonna rain, so put your umbrella in the car. We're having a gathering at Clown Burger. I'm sure people all around remember Clown Burger on Belknap. Will announce it. It's now at 5020 Stanley Keller Road in Haltom City. We're going to have a gathering over there, lunch at 1 o'clock Saturday. They need some business. So that's what we do. Our group helps people. That's just what we do. We need to pray for everybody on the planet, the good guys, the bad guys, everybody. And I think when people listen to me talk about gathering up stuff for the kids, a lot of people, I don't think, realize there's families that live day to day, not just week to week. Every year at our bike giveaway, we have to have air tanks there, gasoline cans, jumper cables. We push cars that won't start. We push them through the line. So if you're a mechanic or something and you want to volunteer your time that morning, bring your toolbox. I mean, we've never had to rebuild something, but there's people that are kind of desperate, that come in there. So Ginger, we're going to be in your backyard over there at Clown Burger. They say that you get a burger. Somebody said a burger, fries, and a drink for $9 or $10. That's the deal. Try to match that at Whataburger. Last week I took 4 or 5 of the grandkids to Whataburger. They got that new sandwich, or that big sandwich, that big thing, fries and a malt. This is $100 and something. I mean, it's ridiculous. I remember going to Clown Burger when hamburgers were 15 cents. Bill Lothan was cooking them. That car wash next to that Clown Burger on Belknap was the first car wash I ever owned. Scott Sherman loaned me the money. Okay, Sherry, you are a newcomer. We love newcomers. Don't be a stranger. We do a live video every morning, and then you see me all day long. And my last one's about 6 in the evening, because at 7, it's lights out for me. But I'm up posting at 3 a.m. and I'm gone from the house at 4. So I will see y'all. It's 7:30, 7:17. I'll see y'all in about an hour or so. If you need your headlights restored, we do them. $25, takes 15 minutes. Welcome to Memories. We've got members in every state and 141 countries. 130,965 this morning. I get more. Oh, when we finally got the email and all of that straightened out, I went to the AT&T store yesterday out there in Hazel, and that young lady took care of it in about 5 minutes. I sat here and jacked with it for 2 hours and on the phone to AT&T, do this, Larry, do that, Larry. I said, it ain't working. I can't get my emails or nothing since Saturday. Can you go to the AT&T store? I went out there, and that Hispanic girl, she couldn't be 20 years old. Oh yeah, have a seat, we'll take her, blah, blah, blah. Boom, it's done. These kids, I've got a bunch of them that are super smart. So Joe Biden called Donald Trump. That's good. Put our differences aside. Don't have any differences. Just get to work on fixing us. You cannot go to a grocery store anymore. I mean, hell, my wife's out of town 3 days out of the week and leaves me the shopping list, and she makes way more money than me. She's a doctor. I'm a car wash idiot. And I told her, I said, why do we need all this other stuff? Well, the grandkids come over. Tell them to bring their own cereal from now on. Jesus Christ. You go up there and you get a half a basket, and it's $180. There ain't nothing under $5. I don't care what it is. She gets that peanut butter, whatever, mixed with the grape jelly or strawberry jelly for 3 or 4 of the grandkids. They don't let them have very much of it. That stuff's like $6 or $7. I remember when it was $2.80. I mean, I'm talking about either this year or last year. The Bird's food, Peppo's food, when Trump was in office, was $7.57 for a gallon, and that lasted him exactly a month. It's now $17. Same container, same food, same everything. So they just need to. Now I know she was right on something. I don't know about price gouging, but they've repackaged all this stuff. Not all of it, but some of it. You go up there. I don't get chips for me, but we get chips in case there's a football game and somebody comes over. You think, well, that's still the same price, but it's a smaller bag. You know, these manufacturers, they've gotten smart. And the only thing that's never gone up on me was that generic allergy medicine that I take 3 of them a day and have for 40 years. It's still less than $5 for 100 caplets. They must not know about it because sometimes I have to order it on Amazon. They sell out it. It's the same thing as Benadryl, but it's the generic. And the Benadryl you get the generic 100 caplets for $4 and something. Benadryl is like $12 for 50 caplets. Anyway, spread the word about Larry's Kids. We need groups going together, whatever. Go to Mattel and get creative. Buy some toys for these youngsters. You know, what we do might help in some way. I don't know. I've had over the years lots of now adults come to me and say, you gave me my first bike, it really helped, whatever. And so it makes you kind of feel good, you know. If we all started trying to help each other and reach out to your Democrat friends, it's not a disaster. We're going to make it. Both parties said it's going to be the end of the world, the end of Fort Worth, the end of the United States. That's not true. We're going to make it, but we need to work together to make it better. And we want people to come in here, but you got to have some kind of law and order, some kind of system. Anyway, I will talk to y'all on my next live. Love all of you.